Yeah, boy! Pedal that pup!
Previously on Adventures with Affinity Forest, we shared days 15 and 16 of our 56 days total in the summer of 2024, biking the Great Divide mountain bike route. Day 15 found us tackling the infamous Fleecer Ridge, with its stunning views and slow-going hike-a-bike descent, with all brake levers firmly pressed to keep from tumbling down the ridge.
Okay, the descent is no joke.
We carefully navigated a herd of cattle on the move with their handlers, and finally dipped into the past at Bannock State Park, a National Historic Landmark and the site of Montana's first major gold discovery in 1862, now a fully preserved ghost town where Aaron went to jail, got swallowed by a haunted vault in the most haunted of all the haunted buildings.
Damn, dude, what are you doing in there? Get out of there.
And the educator in me enjoyed visiting the old schoolhouse. Before we all finally fell asleep in the attached campground to get ready for our biggest and longest and hottest days of the trail yet for us. Which brings us to the morning of day 17, which is where we find ourselves now. Let's saddle up, pedal along, and adventure with Affinity Forest to see what happens in this episode of days 17, 18, and 19, southbound along the Great Divide mountain bike route, as we wrap up the state of Montana and cross into Idaho. From Bannock State Park, Montana to Island Park, Idaho, hold on tight. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Carley's ready for a big day.
Okay, we've had our coffee. I had some overnight oats. We are packed up. Bannock State Park was a really good stay last night. Right, Roddy? We really enjoyed rolling in and then walking the ghost town, and I enjoyed reading the pamphlet that they provide at the visitor center and just nerding out on the history. So that was good. Reading about the schoolhouse and the church and the great, gold rush and how they found giant nuggets here, I guess. I wish there was more information about the Native American history in the materials. Certainly is mostly left out in this story. And the Pikes Peaker, Colorado folks that came through here and struck it rich, they were not the first ones here. And I don't know. I would have liked to have known more about that history, so I'm going to have to look it up, I guess. But yeah, today's goal is maybe 80 miles, but I just don't know. So we're in Bannock State Park, and we're gonna, if we make it, would get to Lima. And what's motivating us is poor little Rowdy here. His food supply is dwindling, and the last town was out of dog food. They had a lot of cat food, which we probably should have bought as a backup. But anyway, so we'll see you down the trail. Yoo-hoo! Of day 17, Thursday, June 28th. Starts out overcast with an ominous warning from a northbound rider. We passed coming out of Bannock saying, "You better pedal on, kids. This section is notoriously known as the peanut butter mud section. Better pedal before it starts raining." Gratefully, today's ride is starting out on this gravel road where not much has changed since 1862. As you can see, unlike the rest of the country, my mind dwells on the history of Bannock and the hard life those families lived out here, and the women that had to come with their men, wishing to go back home to their comforts. I feel you, ladies. Yes, this road's much better than that busy highway all day yesterday from Wise River to Bannock. My mind is much more at ease. Long day ahead. Here we go. Man, nothing ruins a descent like a dropped water bottle. We are having a struggle bus of a situation, strapping our bottles down. Something falls off our rig every single day. Almost. But not us. So far. I also have to say that the tire tread marks of those that have gone before us are getting harder to see. In fact, I haven't seen any in the last 2 days. Yes, the tire tread marks are gone, either because of the weather, more time has passed since they've gone through here as the gap gets wider. More cars have covered them up. So life's a journey. So ride on. An hour and 30 minutes into our ride, we stop, take a detour for our own modern day saloon and hotel. Horse Prairie. Alright. Cancel that. They seem to be closed. Cliff Bar it is. Goodbye, fluffy pancakes. Just a road. As far as the eye can see. Ahead of us. Up, up, up.
Is not available.
Hey little brother, it's me checking in. We just stopped to pull over in the middle of nowhere and I happened to see I had service. Yeah, today's day 17 and things have been going good. It's just every day a climb or 2 climbs and my muscles are like becoming stronger, but it's not easier. It's going good. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Rowdy's doing good. We camped at a ghost town last night for like gold miners. So you should look up Bannock. Bannock, I think. Montana. You should look that up. Do some YouTube videos on that. Nerd out on that because I know you like the gold prospectors. Apparently it was a bunch of Colorado, they were called Pikes Peakers, who came out to Montana in 1862 and found some big ones in the creek where we stayed last night. Anyway, whole story behind it, and now it's a ghost town. Anyway, it was super cool. We went into some empty buildings, and there's a church there, and it was the Methodist church, and there was a whole lot of gun shooting and drinking and bootlegging and all kinds of things. That was fun to stay there last night. Doing good. Drinking lots, eating lots. We are about to do a climb. I'm delaying the climb. Anyway, I hope our dot is moving along slow and steady. We miss you. Love you. All right. Holler at you later. Love you. Bye. Baller pedaling that 20-pound flea bag up the hills. Last couple of days he's been dragging, or else I think more I've been getting stronger because we dumped all that weight yesterday morning, and I think I'm getting a little stronger. Yeah boy, pedal that pup. This is the Medicine Lodge climb. Oh my gosh. I still have all to go. I thought I was there. Alright, little Keebler elves, don't fail me now. You're going to get me from here to there. Alright, my tactic for getting up Medicine Lodge Hill is to walk up to each switchback. And then pause, take a sip of water, turn around and look at the beauty, question all my life choices, and realize there's only one choice, and that's forward. I think that's the top, but I can't be entirely sure. Oh yeah, and a lot of Sour Patch Kids at each stop. This climb really messes with your head. I think that's the last push. I'm just trying to channel all the stuff I've heard from other athletes. Like Whale says, everything passes. This too will pass. I've been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved. I've moved mountains in the mental health care world and housing. I can do this. No. I think I can ride it maybe. And maybe that is the top. The top. Pickle Point. My favorite part of the day. I'm waiting for them to hop over that ridge right there. There he is. You cheer them on. He doesn't know it, but this is the top because you can't tell from there. But he knows now because I'm here going, yeah, yeah. Get it, boy! Delirious. Hey, good boy. Yeah, it's me. Good job. Yes. Oh, you did so good. Look, let's go this way. Go on. Go that way. Go on. Oh yeah. Oh. To the top. Yeah. Good boy. You did. Be safe.
Feeling alive and accomplished, we pedaled down Medicine Lodge, which still had a few more ups before the final descent into Lima, Montana. Shortly after the summit, I did begin to feel the effort of the day, and I didn't do too much filming afterward. This day was a tough one on trail for me, as it was my longest ride I've ever done in my life to date, at 82.2 miles. I recall pedaling through a beautiful river-lined canyon full of fly fishermen and women, passing up a potential campsite at Deadwood Gulch Campground in favor of a hotel with shower, bed, and laundry in nearby town, Lima, Montana. The last 5 miles, though on pavement, were one of the longest 5 miles of the trail for me. I recall pedaling up to the gas station in Lima, leaning my bike against the hot side of the building, shuffling around in a mild zombie-like state inside the AC of the brightly lit and clean gas station, searching for ice cream and a giant bag of chips, which I proceeded to nosh on in glorious biker trash fashion, sitting cross-legged on the shaded hot cement next to my bike, caked in sweat and dirt, leaned back in pure bliss of the sensation of the cool melting ice cream hitting my tongue, in between fistful bites of chips. Normal humans and their children, clean and without dirt marks on their knees and face, walked past me in and out of the store and in and out of their air-conditioned SUVs from their summer road trip vacations. Never have I ever felt more like I was following my true life path. The memory of the 7,930-foot summit I had just pedaled up and over, along with Lava Mountain, Stemple Pass, Fleecer Ridge, and Red Meadow Pass in prior days were now forever baked into my wild and yearning soul. The Great Divide mountain bike route was delivering. In full force. I was completely smashed, and yet I wanted more.
I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go and burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
Okay, now this is what I signed up for when I signed up for the GDMBR. Of course, yesterday's ride was exactly what I signed up for too. I enjoyed the effort to that top of Medicine Lodge. I really was enjoying that moment. But then walking into Ian's Diner this morning, oh my gosh, it was so classic. There was great music going. It was the local men huddled over their breakfasts. I saddled up at the bar. The cook was just so classic in the back. The waitress, so awesome. I ordered my first flapjacks of the trail. Anyway, I'm sadly sitting here in the hotel eating them instead of continuing to chat with the other local riders that were stumbling in, because I'm on rowdy duty while Aaron goes over and enjoys himself some time. But yes, Ian's Cafe in Lima, 100%. We walked in and there was a rummage sale going on. Like that's it. That's what it's about. Okay, excuse me. I gotta eat these massive flapjacks. This is what I signed up for.
This was the magical sweet point in the trail for us, where we started to spend some quality time with other riders. Up until this point of the ride, riders would essentially come up and pass us, spending perhaps just a little bit of time chatting before moving on, all on our own journeys with our own paces. But in the next few days, starting with this specific morning, we would begin to leapfrog some familiar faces and get to know one another as a trail family, sending messages back and forth via text when we had cell service, and sharing some meals and campsites with one another. We came to refer to these lovely three as Marissa and the Scots, Callum and Rory. Wonderful accents and the biggest smiles. We would spend only a day or so together off and on before their pace moved them ahead of us and we would not catch them again. And then the oh-so-memorable Rob and Chris, whom I first spied huddled together over huge plates of breakfast at Ian's Cafe on this particular morning in Lima. I did not know it at the time, but they would later become our deepest connections of the trail. But this was all yet to happen. As for that morning, I gave them their space as they seemed deep in conversation, no doubt planning the day ahead. And I was holding a huge to-go order of pancakes, eggs, and sausage while my stomach rumbled at the smell. Wishing I could linger and sit down with these two serious riders and compare notes of the trail and the adventure so far, I made my way out the door of Ian's Cafe and across the street to Rowdy Dog and Laundry waiting for me at the hotel room. But for now, dear viewer, I'll link in a teaser snippet here from each of their own YouTube channels from their experience of the trail leading up to Lima, Montana. And I'll be sure to add a link to their channels in the description box below.
Tour Divide, day 16. It's a tough day. First we had breakfast, then we had second breakfast, then I stopped over for the 5-shot espresso drink at the little coffee stand. Then I got the huckleberry ice cream cone. Then I took a nap for a while. Then got apple pie a la mode.
Get on your feet, there's sights to see. Rolling hills or city streets, ocean to ocean and all in between. It's out there just waiting on you and me. Take it in, we got no plans. Good things come to those who can. Live moment to moment and all in between. It's out there just waiting on you and me. So look alive, 'cause
As it would turn out, we would all end up chasing Chris again and again. Did we ever catch him? I guess you'll have to stay tuned to find out. Give these riders a watch and a subscribe and a follow. You won't be disappointed. And be sure to stay tuned here to watch the trail family or tramily friendship as it unfolds along the journey. Bellies full of the best breakfast foods an American cafe could offer, we resisted the vortex of Lima and all of its amenities, packed up and pushed on into day 18 of our trip.
Let's go. like that, down 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Street, we are out of town and rolling down the trail. You gotta love these small towns. Goodbye, Lima. You were a beautiful restorative stop. Just out there, man. It is just wide open spaces. We've been pedaling for like 3 hours. Just this. As far as the eye can see. We've been in dense trees and this is very different. Lovely little regroup in that little ditch right down there. That is the only shade for 44 miles. My thermometer says it's 100 degrees. Oh, 101 now. Cool. And heat stroke is a really very real thing. I got 10 miles to go. Let's do it. Feeling better after my visit to the ditch. I don't know what you're supposed to do to prevent heat stroke. I think it's like get to a cool place, play some Enya, and cool down.
Shortly after my thermoregulation cool-down visit to the only quasi-shaded ditch in 44 miles, my low point on the trail was met with an equally high point. It was interesting how the GDMBR did that. It can bring you to a low, low, low point, and then just when you think you can't go on any further or tolerate any more discomfort, it would immediately and suddenly and without warning flip the script on you and you'd be as happy as you could ever be, spirit soaring higher than ever. From my first experience with real heat exposure, sitting alone in the ditch, questioning all my life choices, I pulled myself together, down to some Sour Patch Kids candy. Never underestimate the power of those little guys pulling you through a low point, and pedaled on into the small town of Lakeview, where we were treated to a shaded water spigot, surrounded by our new friends from earlier, Marissa and the Scots, Callum and Rory. As we pedaled on just a little further down the trail to our campsite for the evening at Upper Red Rock Lake Campground, I thought to myself, some shade, some water, and some friends. What simple and yet deeply, deeply appreciated and meaningful gifts of the trail. The GDMBR was molding me into a more grateful being, craving and understanding simplicity more than I ever had, and I leaned in happily to these lessons of the trail as I walked through our campsite for the evening along the shores of Upper Red Rock Lake in the cooling setting sun.
Oh, what do we have here? Let's see here. Here? Oh, do you like it? Yeah? What do you think about that? Is that good? Okay. Yeah?
You wear me down. My actions won't be forgiven. When we first met, a simple text.
Back there, that was called the Island Park Community Trail. Whew, mwah. Well done, Idaho. Well done. Such a treat after a couple days of suffering. Thank you. Lunchtime at the Resupply grocery store in Island Park. What do we have but... I saw another rider doing this in the community center, and I haven't stopped thinking about it until just now, and it tastes amazing. Haven't had these since I was in middle school. Even Rowdy gets resupplies.
Shortly after our resupply at the well-stocked grocery store in Island Park, Idaho, we pedaled a short distance to our campsite for the evening at Buffalo Campground, where we set about our nighttime routines, which we were getting pretty good at by this point in the trail.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket.
Be sure to stay tuned for future episodes of the Great Divide Adventure. And bonus material coming soon, a replay of our recent live stream Q&A of the Tour Divide, Great Divide, with Chris, Rob, Aaron, Rowdy, and I. Until next time, friends, remember, life's a journey. So ride on.
So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes.